from Cypress, California, amateur Tiger Woods.
Playing the 100th championship here is pretty amazing. For me as a SoCal 16-year-old kid, to be able to start here and then now host his own tournament, same golf course, is pretty special.
For a century, this tournament has played host to iconic moments and legendary champions.
Nick Faldo, the champion.
Matsuyama with a round at Riviera that will long be remembered.
Watson, the champion.
Oh, yes! Ludwig Oberg takes Tiger's tournament. It's the Centennial celebration at Riviera, where the world's stars are shining. And the biggest star in the sport is with us live. Tiger, great to have a chance to visit with
Thanks,
you
Jim.
At your tournament.
Trev.
He must be enjoying the way the action's unfolding.
I am. I'm glad the rain's out of here and we've got some good golf. The course is soft, but as you can see, like Trevor was saying, that you get some interesting putts out here with as fast as they are. But you don't equate soft greens to fast greens, and so that mentality is like, oh, they're, my 5 woods or 3 woods are backing up, on the green, or 4 irons are backing up, but to then have to drip a putt in is just a little difficult mentally.
I know you've hosted it now for a number of years, but you used to come here as a young kid.
I did.
Running around and seeing your heroes.
Correct.
And now it's your tournament.
Yeah, I was one of those kids at 8, 9 years old, was trying to get autographs from the guys, and I'd run around the range, steal some blotted balls, the new balls on the range. That's what I remember about this event and coming up here and watching all the guys. And I've watched some of the SoCal guys. I've watched some of the great legends of the game play and walk up this golf course. And then I got a chance as a 16-year-old to be able to play. And then fast forward, here we are. With this 100th playing of the event, and I'm hosting.
It's an amazing achievement, and we love coming to Riviera just to see a leaderboard like the one we have here. We're finding out about Bridgman. He's a good player, but now you got Rory in the mix and other Schauffele's around. It's pretty special.
It is. We don't get a chance as players, as Trev, to play too many golf courses where there really isn't any hazards. This golf course, you have a little bit of barranca, but you can still play out of it.
Yeah.
But there's no water out here.
Right.
It's just some really tough bunkers, some really difficult angles. And generally, if you look at all the champions, they've been great ball strikers.
Well, let's watch some golf with you here, Tiger. Here's Rory on the 12th. Great par 4 right here.
It is a great par 4. I remember first playing here, hitting a little 1-iron and a pitching wedge in here.
Really?
Yeah, and now it's changed. It's added about 100 yards to it.
Exactly, moved that tee back a little bit. As we get into this second 9 here, what are some of the challenges that these guys are going to face?
Well, the wind's not really blowing that much, which is nice. So these guys, like for instance, number 11's dead downwind. See, driver iron's kind of funny.
It's launch too.
Marco can hit it. My goodness. But again, right there, I was saying, a long iron downwind backs up.
We're going to go back to 12. Sanders on the tee here. One of your SoCal guys.
He is. Well, Diegan.
There's stories of Xander being in the gallery in 2008 at Torrey Pines when you won that U.S. Open on one leg.
Right. All of us, we equate L.A., into the valley up here, all the way to San Diego, SoCal. So, big area.
Back over to 11, Frank.
7 wood. Now for Bridgman. This is peeling back nicely. Same club he stuffed on 4, Frank. Look out! What a shot!
Great shot.
7 wood. You got that shot. You have just a tap in for a 4-shot lead.
That'll work.
Wow. We almost saw one. We almost saw one at the 10th with Grayson.
Right.
2 at 11.
That shot.
It looks like what you've been doing lately. You said this week you've been hitting full shots again. So.
Yeah, I'm not like that.
Not like that yet?
I wish I could hit it like that. My goodness, to see the shot like that, and then I'll probably take a 4-shot lead.
There you go. Well, it's just good to hear you're back playing.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yeah, it's good to be back a little bit. I just wish I could, be out here this week playing with these guys. watching these kids play this golf course is quite fun.
It's commendable, though, how much effort you put into this future competition committee, FCC.
Yep.
And I know there's meetings on Monday and Tuesday. What can you tell us is the latest with all of that as we try to sort out the 27-28 schedules?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the competitive model. What is the best model for all of the tour, whether it's our partners, the fans, the players, everyone who's actually involved in the PGA Tour. What is the best model we can going forward? And that's the job of the FCC, and we're trying to diligently each and every day trying to figure that out. And emails, group texts, calls, late in the night, ideas, everything's free-flowing. So we're trying to narrow that up, and we have another meeting on Tuesday with it.
And for decades now, you've been so focused on being single-minded on your golf game, winning, major championships, PGA Tour events, breaking records. What is that like for you now when you're in this kind of a role, making these sorts of decisions?
I'm single-minded in a different way. I'm single-minded for that little kid who teed off at 92 in the LA Open. I'm single-minded for them, for that opportunity for them to play the PGA Tour. So the PGA Tour gave me an opportunity, and I'm trying to give the next generations the same opportunity.
There's so much talk about what this could look like, including maybe some of our West Coast events moving to later in the year, maybe even playoff events. Congratulations, by the way, with Genesis re-upping here for all the way to 2030.
Correct.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
So, I mean, and I know these are just a few of the things, nothing set in stone, that are being discussed as you rework the schedule.
Yeah, nothing's set in stone. As I said, we're free-flowing, trying to create the best model going forward. And all of our media partners understand that. We've had talks with every sponsor of every event. They're from the president, from the CEOs to the CFOs, CEOs. So we've had all those conversations, and people are willing to move around the schedule and do what's best. And we want to have, as I said, the best environment, the best tour, and keep elevating our tour to be even better than what it is right now.
Let's go back out to Rory at the 12th. What you got there, Dottie?
That 6-iron back into the breeze.
That's a beautiful shot, Tiger. We've seen Rory starting to really move the ball around a lot, trajectories, shot shapes.
Yeah, he went to a little bit spinnier ball, so he can move it around a little bit. And you've seen some of the new cutoff follow-throughs, and that's, I think, the ability with a slightly spinner ball that he's able to do that.
Back at 11.
Just over 45 feet. Pretty good lag. That'll be his first birdie since the opening hole. A little bookmark on Jacob Bridgman. He's played 10 and 11, 7 under. Wow. Just those two holes. 15.
There's Pontgeter out of position.
Tough hole location here in the right corner.
Oh, look at that. Dart from the right rough. Meanwhile, at 16.
Aaron Rai down the hill here for birdie. This is a quick one here. No problem for Aaron Rai. Moves to 11 under par, 3 under on his back 9. To 12.
And now we got Schauffele.
Breeze up a little more. That's 7.
Off of it. Off of it.
Tied for third right now. I want to make sure we mention this too about your learning centers, the Tiger Woods learning centers. This thing is now spreading. You're taking this from something that was just here in the Southern California area, and it's amazing what you're doing.
Yeah, we've started my learning lab there in Anaheim in 2006.
Right.
Last year we opened one up in Philly at Cobbs Creek. Expanding here to Lulu's place here in Southern California, another expansion, and then we're going to Atlanta and Augusta. So it's pretty exciting. Fantastic. What we're able to do. We've served millions of kids, and we're going to serve millions more.
I saw that the Spanos family from the Los Angeles Chargers wrote a big leadership gift of $2.5 million for your Lulu's place.
Yeah, to have the Spanos family involved in Lulu's place, and to have the whole Charger franchise, and even Snoop with his flag football team there.
Right.
We're going to have just an amazing opportunity to be able to serve all the kids here in the Southern California area.
That's a wonderful thing. I mean, to see it go from something that was just a dream, your dad's dream, you fulfilled it, and now it's going all across the country.
Yeah, as I said, we're trying to serve kids, underserved kids, and we've served millions of kids indirectly and directly over the period of 30 years now we've been doing this, and now we're able to do it more directly with these new facilities around the United States.
Would you mind helping me do what we call a network promo for just a second here? See how good you are. April 11th and 12th. A tradition unlike any other comes back to CBS again. Masters coverage. Yes, we're inside 7 weeks to go for that springtime tradition. And, of course, McIlroy will defend. Scotty will be there. Anybody else you know who might be playing this year?
I know I'll be there. We're gonna open up the patch, and Trevor and I are gonna be being part of a great dinner.
I didn't ask specifically about you. I just thought maybe you knew someone though that might play.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people are playing.
Is there a possibility that you can get out there?
There is.
That's exciting.
Would you play a tournament before that?
I don't know.
That?
I don't know. Whether it's regular tour, senior tour, or member guest, I don't know.
Member guest? You need a guest?
I'm sure there's a few people that would like to get on that team right there.
At 12, here's Bridgman.
Down the left-hand side, playing back into the wind. This is going to be just perfectly in the fairway.
You know, we've been running on the West Coast swing, Tiger at 50, little snippets at Torrey Pines. We did it down at WM Phoenix Open. We did it at Pummel last week with your side door eagle at 15. What's it been like? You see a guy like Bridgman who was born just a couple of months before maybe your greatest season of all, 2000. Do you feel 50? What's it been like for you at this point?
No, I don't feel 50. I feel a hell of a lot older.
I saw that coming.
No, but to see, when I say kids, they are kids. I kind of equate it to pre and post Google. I mean, he's a post Google baby. So to see these kids out here playing, it's fun to watch. It's fun to see the next generations to come. And I was that kid. You know, I was that kid out here on tour early in my career. Now I'm on the back end, watching it.
Well, there's so much that we would love to know as far as what you still want to achieve competitively. This was 92. Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing a Pro-Am there, and that was one of the most nerve-wracking tee shots I've ever hit. To see the great Sam Snead right behind me, just staring right into me.
He actually said to you, "I've heard a lot about you. Keep up the good work." How about trying to break out of that 82 win total? Is that something you still think about?
I've been trying. It just hasn't worked out. Be able to tie the great Sam Snead as part of the all-time win record.
Yeah.
That's something pretty special because it's not something you do overnight. It takes decades to do it.
Isn't it amazing, though, that the year that you did play here as a 16-year-old, he was the tournament honoree, and that he came out to watch you play?
I know. It's just this. The synergy of this place and the things that have happened for me in my life, you just couldn't imagine.
Tiger, you mentioned something earlier, and I got to ask you while we've got you up here, talking about the speed of the greens and how mentally the challenges that presents. You're one of the greatest Poana grass putters that we've ever seen in this sport. Give us a little tip, give our viewers a little tip of how, from a speed standpoint, were you one of those guys that were just trying to drip it in or go in there with some speed?
Well, the downhill putts, obviously you're going to be dripping it in because it's quick. But if I'm putting it uphill, I'm smoking it back in there. And so it's committing to the fact that if you have an uphill putt or even a flat putt, I don't mind having 2-3 feet coming back, but I don't want to have the greens have that plinko effect with POA. That can't happen if you happen to not be committed to your speed. So anytime I had an opportunity to rip a putt in the back of the hole, I would.
By the way, I just want to say before you go, the CEO, Brian Rolap, who you've been working closely with, he talked about with us last week in a private meeting with the CBS crew about your efforting behind reshaping the tour, and is one of the great acts of your career is what you've done. What was your calling? I mean, you know that Jack and Arnie, upheld the PGA Tour. It was important to them that they helped build it for the future. Was that part of the inspiration for you? Where did it come from?
Well, Jack and Arnold actually created the PGA Tour when we broke off, right? So we were in a very difficult time when I came onto the board and trying to reshape the tour and trying to get it so that our tour had the best players in the world playing here. And so it was a very difficult time. We've gotten over the hump. We've got some momentum going, and now we need to keep that momentum. And now I'm chairing the FCC and trying to create that momentum and take it into the next generations to come, starting in 27.
As soon as 27.
We'd like to implement changes in 27. Might have to roll it into 28 and beyond, but we'd like to get things organized for 27. Yes.
We wish you all the best.
Absolutely.
And again,
thanks, Jim.
Yeah, really amazing what you're doing. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely.
And good luck the rest of this tournament as you sit back and watch who's going to win the Genesis Invitational. There's that list. 82, 82, Nicklaus 73. I don't know. There's other things out there. The all-time USGA wins that you share with Bobby Jones, 9 all-time.
Yeah, we're tied.
You're tied?
It's not a bad list to be tied.
No, that's a good one. Yeah.
Bobby Jones and Samson.
Not bad. That's Schauffele over at 12. Meanwhile, Podgeter, after that amazing shot from the right rough at 15. This to move into a tie for second with McIlroy.
He's got it going. 7 under for the day. Look at that run since the 6th hole.
Tiger, did everybody give you an autograph back when you were asking when you were a kid?
No, if you would play the story, that would have happened, with Tom Watson. So the late Bruce Evers moved me out of the way. I was in the way when I was like 8 years old on the 8th hole. He knocked me out of the way because I was right next to his Ram golf ball. So yeah, no, not everyone gave me an autograph.
Who did you get?
I got a lot of guys that were, guys that I'd watch play. They're from Southern Cal, so I remember watching Lanny Watkins win here by 1 million.
Yeah.
Corey Pavin. You had Andy Bean. Obviously Mo and Cookie. So watching a lot of these guys play that were Southern Cal guys was quite fun.
Yeah, Lanny won here at 20 under. He shot 4 rounds.
Yeah, when
really
I think he
well.
had a little bell-bottom pants, and he's got the collar going, tugging on the collar.
Yeah, 1985.
That was a tournament scoring record, 72 holes at that point.
Yep.
Bridgman into the 12th.
His iron game has been so impressive today.
Meanwhile, at 16.
Podgeter, 8-iron from 160 coming down the hill. 7 under par through 15 holes. Solid shot there. That'll feed back a little bit. He'll have inside of 20 feet for his birdie to move to 8 under on the day. And now Rory over at 13.
Ideally, just move this ball a little bit right to left, catch the natural terrain, the slope.
Just like that.
That's a hot one.
Wasn't that nice? See, that's what I mean. Bringing the flight down,
That was nice.
the shapes.
Last time Tiger Woods.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, no, normally when he hits that shot, it's usually up and right to left, and he has a low bleeder, but don't see too many low draws out of Rory. That was impressive.
That's pinch. Oh, hits bogey's tree. And that usually leads to bogeys. That's the Humphrey Bogart tree is what they call it. Bogey. We used to sit and watch this tournament. Just position at the base of it. Just watch the pros go by. Let's go back to 13.
Last time Tiger Woods hit this tee shot right here, he hit a 330-yard seed. It may have bounced off a man's cell phone, but that's beside the point.
It got down there.